Imagine that you come into work on Monday morning, you open your laptop, and your AI assistant has already reconciled the month-end accounts, flagged 3 anomalies in the expense report, and even drafted a variance analysis for the CEO. And what's more is you didn't ask it to explicitly do any of that, not the specific steps, it just did it itself. Well, this is not science fiction, and that's Agentic AI, and it's already here today. So in this video, I want to break down exactly what it is, why accountants specifically need to pay attention to it, and what it could mean for your career. So what even is Agentic AI? Now, you've probably all heard of ChatGPT, and you've maybe used AI to summarize a document or say draft an email. Now, that's what we'd call generative AI. Essentially, you can ask it a question and it gives you an answer back. Normally, a very, very good answer. But it's pretty simple. Now, agentic AI is something fundamentally different. The word agentic itself comes from agency, meaning the ability to act independently, make decisions, and take steps towards a goal without someone needing to hold its hand at every single stage. So think of it this way, generative AI or standard AI, which you've probably used, is sort of like a really smart form of Google search. You ask and it answers. Whereas agentic AI is more like a capable colleague. You give it a goal and it figures out the steps, uses the tool it needs, and makes decisions along the way itself, and then comes back to you with the outcome. So instead of saying, hey AI, what's the variance on this budget line? With agentic AI, you're now saying, hey AI, analyze last quarter's budget performance, identify the top 5 variances, and produce a summary that I can present to the board. And it then goes off, pulls the data, runs the analysis, writes a summary, and you then review the finished product. So you can probably see just from that there's a big difference between what agentic AI can do compared to generative AI, as that shift from answering questions to actually completing tasks is huge. And it's at the core of what makes agentic AI a genuinely different technology. So how does it actually work? Now, without getting too technical, here's the basic idea. An AI agent operates in a loop. So firstly, it's given a goal, such as prepare the monthly management accounts pack. Then second, it plans. So it would like to then break that goal down into steps. Following that, it acts. It uses tools, pulling from your accounting software, reading spreadsheets, searching emails, and writing documents. And then step number 4, it checks its own work. Did that step get me closer to the ultimate goal? And finally, it then continues or adjusts, and it keeps looping back until the task is done. Now, the important bit here is actually tools. Agentic AI isn't just generating text. It can use software, so it can log into systems, run queries, send emails, and update spreadsheets. It's interacting with the digital world much like an actual human would. And also, you can have multiple agents working together, say, one specializing in data extraction, one in analysis, one in drafting. And so essentially, you've then got your own little AI digital finance team coordinating together behind the scenes. So what does this actually mean for accountants? Well, agentic AI is actually very relevant for you, as accounting at its core involves a lot of structured, rule-based, and frankly repetitive work. Think reconciliations, data entry, report generation, invoice processing, variance analysis, just to name a few. And that kind of work that's, of course, is incredibly important, but not exactly the reason that most people choose a career in finance. And the good news is agentic AI is going to transform all of that. So let's jump in to some specifics where agentic AI is already making huge inroads. So the first area where agentic AI can really help is accounts payable and receivable. Now, agents can process invoices, match purchase orders, flag discrepancies, and chase late payments automatically. Now, the second area where agentic AI can be super useful is, of course, the month-end close. Agents can pull data from multiple systems, perform reconciliations, and flag anything that needs human review. And this could compress this process from something that takes 10 days down to just a few days for yourself, giving you more time to focus on the valuable stuff. Now, third, we've got management reporting. An agent can pull your actuals, compare against budget, calculate variances, and produce a draft narrative, ready for a senior accountant to then review and sign off. And lastly, we've got audit support. Now, here agents can perform sample testing, cross-reference documents, and flag high-risk transactions for auditors to investigate. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking at this stage. This seems very, very good. Is this coming for my job? Well, not necessarily. It's simply shifting the role of accountants in the profession away from doing the routine, process-heavy work and more towards the higher-level strategic work. And instead, the demand for accountants who can interpret outputs, exercise judgment, advise clients, manage risk, and actually understand the business behind the numbers is only going to increase. That's never going to go away. And so the shift really is from preparer to reviewer, from processor to advisor. And that's actually a really good thing for a profession that has spent quite a long time arguing that it deserves a seat at the strategic table. So if you're still wondering whether you should try out Agentic AI, let's go through some concrete benefits because there are real practical upsides here for finance professionals of adopting Agentic AI. Starting with benefit 1, which is reclaim your time. Now, the average finance team spends a significant chunk of their week on data gathering and formatting before any actual analysis even begins. Now, Agentic AI can handle that grunt work, freeing you to focus on the insights that actually matter. Benefit 2 is faster and more accurate close presses. Now, we all know that month-end close can be stressful to say the least, with multiple systems, tight deadlines, tired teams. And the good thing with AI agents is they don't get tired. They don't make copy and paste errors at 11 p.m. They don't forget to update one tab in the spreadsheet. And so overall, the close process becomes faster and more reliable. Benefit 3 is proactive risk flagging. Now, rather than waiting for a human to spot something unusual in a 10,000 row ledger, an agent can monitor continuously and flag anomalies in real time. And for fraud detection, compliance, and internal controls, that's a genuine huge change. Now, benefit 4 is better advisory conversations. When you're not buried in data prep, you can actually spend more time with clients and stakeholders, having the conversations that build relationships, create value, and honestly, probably make the job more interesting. And lastly, benefit number 5. Now, if you're here on the Astranti CPD YouTube channel, this is probably very relevant to you as it is leveling up your skill set. Now, finance professionals who learn to work with AI agents, who understand how to set goals, review outputs, catch errors, and then apply judgment are going to be significantly more valuable than those who don't. And this is a skill that you can start building now. As Agentic AI isn't a distant future trend, it's being deployed in finance teams right now at firms of all sizes. And the good news is this is absolutely a skill that you can get ahead of starting today. And if you want to learn more, including how to start using Agentic AI yourself today and implement it in your team, we've actually just launched a brand new 1-hour CPD course, Agentic AI in the Finance Function. Now, this course on Agentic AI will teach you how you can build a strong digital finance team with examples of real-world tools, how to manage risks of Agentic AI, how to get your team on board, as well as managing the ethical concerns around Agentic AI. It's practical, it's accessible, and it's designed specifically for finance professionals who want to get ahead in the industry. The link to the course is in the description of this video. And if you're already on the Astranti monthly CPD subscription, however, you already have access to it today. So go check it out as soon as possible. Thank you for listening. Goodbye.